Honestly, the process started at the end of my senior year when I was at Iowa because I was deciding what shoe company I was going to go with. And I talked to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, and they all offered me a signature shoe, obviously some faster than others. And, everybody knows Nike makes the best product. It just kind of takes a little bit long.
This was never supposed to blow up like this. One Nike commercial, one athlete, 30 seconds. That's all it took. But within just 3 minutes of the ad dropping, the WNBA was in full-blown panic mode. Phones buzzing, group chats melting down, executives scrambling for answers. Because what Caitlin Clark and Nike unleashed wasn't just an ad. It was a power play. And by the end of this story, you'll understand exactly why league officials, star players, and even corporate sponsors were forced to respond. Don't skip, because this wasn't just viral. This shifted the entire balance of power.
It was a great experience and a great message. Caitlin's beginnings may have been humble, but her dreams never were.
She turned driveway buckets into record-breaking shots, filling fieldhouse bleachers, then selling out stadiums.
That's right. Caitlin proves that dreams are never out of range.
Man, she's such an inspiration to all the people out there. And I really resonate with her mentality about getting 1% better every single day.
Shout out to Nike and shout out to Caitlin for being such good friends of the show and having us be a part of the From Anywhere campaign.
All right, 92%ers, if you want to get in on the challenge and shoot from anywhere like us, visit at Nike Basketball on Instagram and get in on the action.
Let's go, baby.
Nike didn't announce the ad. No teaser, no countdown, no press release, nothing. It just dropped out of nowhere. And instantly, fans knew something was different. Caitlin Clark in an empty gym. Lights low. No crowd. No celebration. This wasn't a feel-good commercial. This was calculated. Controlled. Cold. Unapologetically confident. Within minutes, people were replaying it. Not for highlights, but for hidden meaning. Frame by frame, fans dissected every second. The pauses. The silence. The wording. None of it was accidental. Nike didn't promote Caitlin Clark. They elevated her, not as a rookie, not as a rising star, but as someone who already belongs at the top. That's when insiders started whispering. Nike waited for the perfect moment, because this ad didn't answer critics. It ignored them, and that's what made people nervous. Inside league circles, the mood flipped instantly. Some loved it. Others definitely didn't.
Too, because, of course, they didn't share a damn thing about this. I mean, it's crazy. So right here, this is a comparison. This is the logo, the two CCs intertwined together. Somebody said it looked a lot like a 1950s airline logo. And I was like, I kind of see that. There's Breonna Stewart. I can't make heads or tails of what that shit's supposed to be. Asia Wilson, okay, I don't even know. Sabrina's I like, and Angels is not terrible. At least you can see it's an A. At least you can see that as an S, and that is pretty obviously two CCs. But I like it, I do. So I came over here and I was like, well, I know good and well they must.
Because this ad didn't go through the usual approval channels. It didn't wait for permission. It didn't soften the message. And suddenly a phrase started circulating behind the scenes. Too confident. Too bold. Too soon. Then the commissioner's office got mentioned. And thus when the headline dropped, the one that blew everything wide open. WNBA Commissioner monitoring Caitlin Clark after viral Nike ad. That singe word, monitoring, changed everything. Social media erupted instantly. Fans asked the obvious question. Since when is confidence a violation? Commentators warned. This looks bad. Because the more the league reacted, the bigger Caitlin Clark became. Speculation started flying. Not confirmed. Not official. But loud. Words like discipline, image, and standards started popping up everywhere, and fans snapped back. Suspend her for what? Selling shoes? Growing the sport. The backlash turned brutal. And while the league hesitated, Nike smiled. Then the tone shifted again. Aya Wilson was asked about the ad, and her reaction wasn't anger. It was disbelief. Because behind the scenes, the numbers were rolling in. Sales exploding. Engagement off the charts. demand skyrocketing. Reports said even top players were stunned.
Was that just a jersey
get to
that
pick,
you get?
but
I was about to say they for these practices they kind of
17's
just
not
hand
the
you
best
over.
number ever. I wouldn't have picked that. But so the players that like have been on the national team prior get to continue wearing their jersey, like that practice number jersey or their jersey, obviously until like they're done playing on the Olympic team or whatever happens for the next Olympics. And then all us newcomers, there was a lot of young people at that camp. We just get assigned a random number. I guess I got 17. Nobody asked me, but it was fine.
All right. So are you just stuck in 17 now in perpetuity though? Do you get to change it maybe in the future?
So if I eventually make the team, it's weird, like, because international basketball, that you only, I think it's 4 through 15. Those are the only numbers. So you have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Isn't that weird?
Wow.
Like you don't
Is
get to
that
pick.
real?
Yeah, well, at least for
That's
the United
crazy.
States. Yeah.
I did not know that.
So it's kind of cool
Because at that point, it wasn't hype anymore. It was impact. And that's when people finally understood. You can dislike the moment, but you cannot deny it. Insiders say Nike timed this perfectly. They waded through the criticism, the benching debates, the rising tension, and then they dropped the ad. Not loud, not defensive, just confident. Nike didn't protect Caitlin Clark. They handed her authority. And once a brand like Nike does that, the entire conversation shifts. Now the league is stuck. If they ignore it, they look weak. If they react too hard, they look insecure. Because Caitlin Clark didn't attack anyone. She didn't say anything controversial. She just existed, unapologetically. And sometimes, that's all it takes. To expose everything underneath. This wasn't just a commercial. It was a test. Of leadership. Of confidence. Of whether the WNBA is ready. For the stars it claims it wants. Caitlin Clark didn't ask for permission. Nike didn't wait for approval. And now the league has to choose. Control the moment, or grow with it. So now it's your turn. Did Nike play this flawlessly? Did the league overreact? Did this ad shift the entire landscape? Drop your thoughts below. Hit like if you think stars should be empowered. Subscribe, because this story is nowhere near over.